Hello everyone, Pufflecurry21 back with another Hyrule Warriors guide. Today we're going to be covering Ghirahim with a much more organized system than last week. That was such a bad video. Okay, so for the skills on this is usually the skill set you want to have on this weapon or character. You can replace things like Versus Dragon for Versus Undead, No Healing for Defenseless, Rupees Plus for Legendary, or Strength skill if you prefer that. I don't. That's the weapon set I prefer. So if I could describe this character in one phrase, it's dodge cancel, because you need to dodge cancel with this character. Because after every combo, he usually laughs or taunts or does something for 2 seconds. So that's basically 2 seconds of you not being able to move. So you're very, very vulnerable. And also the gameplay is just so much slower, so you need to dodge cancel. So weak attack string, it's a pretty decent one actually, except the last hit that kind of is meh. Okay, so strong attack, you send out a red string or rope, something you lock onto an enemy. It's also kind of finicky to lock on. So obviously I am doing absolutely nothing right now other than just being latched onto this enemy. If I press strong attack again, I send out some daggers. It does mad damage, but that's not the use of this. The use of this is to power up other combos, but I'm just going to wait for this to wear off, because I want to show the combos later. Okay, so combo 2. So the last hit I don't really like. I just like this first part and then dodge cancel out of that, because that can set up for combos. Otherwise, it's not that good. Okay, so combo 3. This is useful for breaking weak point gauges, and that's about it. It doesn't do much damage, though. Okay, combo 4. This is what you want to spam, except this. You want to dodge cancel out of this, because this is a very useless part of the attack. So you usually want to just do this, and then dodge cancel. Okay, and then combo 5. This is what you want to use for taking keeps, because it has a pretty wide attack range and the damage is also pretty decent. Okay, so now if I can just lock on, okay, here we go. Now the powered up versions. So if we have a powered up combo 2, I'll finish him. So you can see how I drag the enemy towards me. So this can help set up for starting combos, and since you can just drag the enemy up to you, that's just great. Okay, now combo 3. As you can see, it traps the enemy in a certain space, so you can just keep them there. It's not that useful, I feel. Okay, so in combo 5 doesn't have an enhanced version, so enhanced combo 4. So, okay, well the enemy died, but basically what happened is that when the knife came up, or the blade came up, so it's like enhanced combo 2, except instead of sending the enemy towards you, it sends the enemy away from you. So Ghirahim, he can just kind of place the enemies wherever he wants them to be, which is pretty interesting. So you don't have to get in your own position, you can just drag the enemy to where you want them to be. That's what happens if you don't dodge cancel. Which is pretty interesting. And also with... Wait, let me just try to lock on. Come on. Yeah, and he's licking because I didn't dodge cancel. Okay, that was bad. Come on. Stop running away. It does break shields, but I mean, when you send it out, but that's not really gonna do anything. Okay, there we go. So, finishing blow, it's pretty decent. It doesn't have that much range, but it seems to do a ton of damage, even compared to like other finishing blows. I don't know really how you compare that, but it just seems to do more. So, he doesn't have any real set combos. It's more of just you kind of have to get a feel for the moves themselves. And I did that wrong. Yeah, so they do make the enemies fall down, but it's... Okay, I'll just do special attack. It's okay, it doesn't do a whole ton of damage, and it doesn't have a whole lot of range. It's just okay, I guess. I feel like the biggest problem with Ghirahim is, other than having a lot of end lag on all of his moves if you don't dodge cancel them, is that he doesn't really have much coverage behind him. Except for Combo 5, that's the only attack he has that hits behind him. So that's kind of an issue since his attacks are a bit slow in general. They can space out well, but if there's a ton of enemies behind you, you probably want to use Combo 5 to get rid of them, since none of your attacks really hit behind you at all, except for that. Even his special attack, that only goes in front of him. So wait, let me get the key really quickly. So yeah, for this I'm just gonna use Combo 5, that just took out like over half the keep's health or whatever. Yeah, I guess health. Okay, now, wait, where are you? Okay. Not the Cuckoo. There we go. Okay. This Cuckoo's annoying me. It's like the 6th time I've had to record this, and that Cuckoo is why I had to restart one of them, is it took the keep, and I don't know. That was weird, but... Yeah. Okay, so now that I have the key, I'm gonna unlock the key. Okay, so you see this keep, it has a boss in it, but it also has a barrier in it. Now, with this, if I can just lock on, because this thing is so hard. She could just run out, but you can also just use Combo 2 and then drag the enemy out. And if there's ever the rare occurrence that there isn't a boss inside a keep protected by a barrier, then you can just do that and drag the enemy out. But, I mean, those are very, very rare. I don't think there is ever a time like that in story mode, and there's only like maybe 1 or 2 of those times per adventure map. So you're not gonna see that very often. I'm just gonna spam this. I can just... So yeah, that does kind of stun them, so if you're trying to bait a weak point, then it's kind of bad. I did not dodge. Cancel. Okay, good. It's gone, finally. Now I can move back. Okay, do something. Come on. Come on, do something. I'm using this way more than I usually do. I don't use Combo 2 this much ever. If anything, I usually do this, Combo 4, and not that... I seriously have found no use for this attack, because it does absolutely no damage. It's not going to use back at all. It's just really, really useless. Okay, so King Dodongo, so we're basically going to have to wait like 5 minutes for him to open his mouth. So that's King Dodongo. Or I could just use magic. If he doesn't open his mouth soon, I'll just use magic. Come on. Okay, one more time. Nope. Nope, okay, never mind, I'm just gonna use magic. So his forced finish, it doesn't have that much range, and he just rolled behind it. Okay. Never mind. Okay. You're ruining my guide. Stop it. Okay, so for giant bosses, you want to lock onto them, and then just spam Combo 4, because everything, it just has a ton of damage in general. The giant blade that comes up and the other blades that come up normally, but the other one that comes up when you lock onto enemies, that also does an insane amount of damage. So, and it's also just shreds through weak point gauges, so that's probably the attack you want to spam. Come on. So the next guide I'm planning on doing is the Great Fairy, because that's a very, very obscure weapon. And I kind of want to do a dark element, but 2 dark element guides in a row, that's kind of a bit excessive. I'm probably going to have to do that at some point, though, just because there's so many dark weapons in the game. It's like half the cast. So it's not really that balanced. Other things I'm planning are Agatha and then also Lana's Book of Summoning. Those are 2 other guides I'm planning, but the next one will probably be the Great Fairy. And this is why King Dodongo is dumb. He's not even like open, finally. Okay. So you can start it a little early just so that you get the stronger hits in, and it's guaranteed. But even if you do it a bit late, it shouldn't be a problem. So hasty attacks, I would not say it's that needed on this weapon, because I don't think there's really any combos or anything that open up if you do or don't, if you do have it compared to if you don't have it. So I would not say hasty attacks is needed. Of course, I would highly recommend it, but there's never a situation where you can do something with hasty attacks that you couldn't do without hasty attacks. So I wouldn't put it as the highest priority. Probably highest priority would be like finishing blow is pretty important, I think, because it just does so much damage, and he can get through weak point gauges pretty quickly. And I got no kills, I don't care. Okay, so yeah, Great Fairy next. That should be... I'm probably just going to record it like right after this, but it should be up later. Okay, bye.